Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing good and I hope whoever is interested in stitching has watched my previous video. I have given an attempt to teach you, but I know I have probably failed because I have never learned of stitching from anyone else. I have did it all by my own, and I believe that I don't know to teach how to stitch, but I have given my level best try to make you understand or make you feel to give an attempt to stitch by yourself. So here I am again back with this next color option. It's sky blue and I have suggested this design for it. So let's get started. I am teaching you cutting and I do hope I get better and improved my teaching skills with you all. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. Take all the necessary materials like a scissor, piece of a chalk and a measuring tape and mark the required size. I am taking the chest size of 36 and the required length and the waist size. Fold the fabric into half, making sure the upper side of a fabric is 1 inch smaller than the lower side. Dab it so well so that there is no lumps or creases in the fabric. It will make you difficulty in cutting the fabric. The upper side is going to be the back part of a blouse, whereas the longer side becomes the front part of a blouse. Fix the fabric with pins so that it won't get replaced while cutting. Taking the measurements, we start marking the fabric with our chalk. From the bottom of the fabric, leaving that 1 inch, take 2 inch margin for folding in the blouse, that is the front folding part, which in total becomes the 3 inches. We mark a straight line taking 3 inches and it will be the folding part. From that 3 inches we mark our required length, which is 14, and taking 0.25 inches as a margin at top. Now we come to the bust part and taking 3 inches gap, we make a straight line making for a waist dot. Now mark the shoulder at 5.5 inches from the folding of a fabric. From that point we take the armhole at 6.5 inches down from the shoulder, making a semi-rectangular shape. And mark the line down, taking the equal length from the shoulder, forming the armhole shape as we did before. And I am marking the size I am taking so that you won't get confused. It's 6.5 from up and 5.5 from the shoulder. And now taking the shoulder size, it's 36, so dividing it by 4, it's 9. I'm marking the chest side from up to down in a straight line and taking 2 inch margin as I'm showing in the video. Now taking 2 inch as a upper width of a neck, I am marking it and at a length of 7.5 inches. You can take your neck measurement and the length of the measurement. It may be 6, 7 or anything. The width of the neck is quite bigger than the upper width of a neck, so I'm taking it's a 2.75 inches. Now since we are creating a sweetheart neck, I'm going to take a curvaceous neckline taking 4.5 inches in depth and 1.5 inches curve, which is slanted, so that we can create a sweetheart neck. I am also mentioning it in the measurement in our draft. Now we proceed to our armhole taking 2 inches in depth and marking it accordingly. From the shoulder we take 10.5 inches, which is our bust point, and from the exact bust point we take 1.5 inches in all our 4 direction, creating a circular loop, which is our 4 darts in the blouse, which is all necessary when keeping our blouse in fixed size of our bust. Now taking a deep look to all the measurements and lines we created, we begin with the cutting. You should always take care while cutting your neck. You can not mess with it, make it smooth while cutting and draft it all as shown above. Take care while cutting your neck because you can't alter after it's done with the cutting. You can also have some margin while cutting. Now taking the back part of our fabric, we double fold the fabric and dab it in a well manner so that the markings in a one part of a fabric get pasted to the another part, which makes our stitching smooth and easy while stitching. Dab it quite well as I'm showing here, and make a semi cut in the waistline so it remains fixed. You can trim the excessive materials in the neckline and the armhole so to get a smooth finishing in the neckline. Now it's time to cut the armhole. Taking 1 inch deeper in the armhole, we cut accordingly as I'm showing you here. Taking 1 inch is enough so that you can get a smooth finishing and no creases in your shoulder and armhole fixing your neckline. Now we take a fixed point in the bust sign and make a small tiny cuts in all the three directions so that while stitching we won't get confused and it makes our stitching smooth, clear and straight. Having a deep look to the neckline, you make sure you are satisfied with the required neckline you wish to have. Fold, give it a quite good fold so that it won't gets creased while you get to stitch. Now taking the back part of a fabric, we mark 1.5 inches from the button of a fabric to make it as a folding of the blouse. I am going to have four hooks in the back of a blouse, so I'm taking 4 inches down from the length of the blouse, and that would be the remaining hook part from. And I am also making that as the depth of a neck. So from the shoulder I am taking a required neck length and making the sweetheart neck. You can make any neck design. As I am drafting it here and taking 4 inch depth, I am just cutting out the neckline. Half inch from the width of our neck will be gone while making the hook, so we are keeping it 4, actually it's 3.5. Trim the neckline as we did in the front part so it don't get confused while stitching. Also at 3 I am inches I am making a small tiny cut, so if you want to have any strings you can put it here from the shoulder marking at half inches. We cut that so it won't fall off our shoulder. Also from the shoulder to the armhole and the chest part is cut at a half inch to semi inch up to down so that it gives a smooth finishing to our chest line and armhole with no creases. We also mark the dot in the waistline at 3.5 inches and about 5.5 or 6 inches length so that there is a smooth finishing in our waistline. Back part of a blouse has only two dots. Now we make sure our armhole is finished. There is no finishing in our armhole. The armhole should be quite smooth. Now we mark the armhole uh, as the measurement we have taken in the starting of our cutting of our blouse. After cutting that, we you have a deep look at the neckline and make sure you cut the center of a neckline to make the hooks and hook eye in it. Give a smooth finishing while folding the fabric. And from the leftover fabric we now cut the stripes, a bigger stripe, wider stripe for the hook eye and a smaller longer stripe for the hook lock, and also stripes to make a bra button in the shoulder so we can fix it well. Now it's time to make our sleeves. Take the remaining piece of a cloth and give it a smooth dab and spread it into your table. Arrange it by folding it as am showing it here. Now marks the line with the measurement you have from the upper part. I am taking 7.5 inches, which is 6.5 plus 1. 6.5 was our armhole width size, and so adding plus 1 to it, we take 7.5 inches. Now marking it, we take our length and width, which is 10 inches, also 10 inches. From the upper part of a fabric, we take 3 inches down, which is the curve at the carve at the armhole. Now from there, from the upper part, we mark the length, which is 10, keeping half inch margin, which is 10.5, and making a straight line horizontally, so that keeping 1.5 inches to fold the length. We now give a margin to it, which is 1.5 or 2 inches, anything you think is suitable. Cutting down as soon here and give it a small finishing so that it is easy while stitching. Now give a small cuts so that it is easy while stitching again. I'm also mentioning it with a marker so that you won't be confused. You can also give it in the same way, because the written by chalk is uh, not stable enough. Now cutting the armhole for the front part, which is somehow 1 inch deeper, because the armhole in the front part is somehow deeper than the back part. And now giving a smooth touch to the armhole and making a quite round shape. We finish with the cutting of our sleeves and placing it along with our all the body parts. Taking the extra fabric, we now cut to the neck pieces so that we can give a stitch to our neck. We, since we are having a sweetheart net, we can't have a bias step to stitch our neck. We need to give a pasting, so I am cutting a pasting. You can watch me here how I am pasting it. Give at least 1.5 or 2 inches margin so for the folding and so hemming part, and keep it with the uh, part of your neckline so it won't get replaced while stitching and makes your stitching convenient. Also with the back part, do you can do it the same. Take care while cutting your fabrics, because you can't have the excessive fabrics. Mark it well so that it is easy for you while stitching and you won't go wastage of a cloth. I am doing it for your convenience. You can also find some another way of stitching your necklines. Have a piping or laces or whatever you feel is convenient or easy for you or makes you feel confident. Keep it all with alongside so it won't get replaced and you won't feel dizzy while stitching. We are done with the cutting. Place it all in a center. We are done with the cutting, and that's all we needed. Thank you for watching.